We're road tripping Eastern Europe for 30 days, driving over 4,000 miles to see the best the Balkans has to offer. So let's get on with today's video. We're off to some caves in the eastern part of Bulgaria, and it's Jack's first time driving. How do you feel?
It's like riding a bike except it's a van.
A bit bigger than a bike, like. But I drove yesterday for like about an hour and a half, and it wasn't great coming out of Sofia because it's like such like a tight city. The roads are quite narrow in places. Luckily this should just be all motorway until we get to where we're going. Jack's currently driving on the left side of the road though.
Oh yeah! Wow.
So we've been walking for about 15-20 minutes and we have no idea where we're going. We found the cave. Technically it's down here, but we just have no idea at all how we actually get down into the cave. And I think we're going the wrong way because we're starting to walk through shrubbery. It definitely isn't a path, so we're gonna have to turn around and go back to the road and try and find a different way. We've got ourselves a little pet along the way, a little mountain dog over here. This cave is absolutely massive, and I think it's the biggest cave I've been in. It's bigger than Falls Cave in the UK, much bigger than the cave in Vietnam, and it is actually the longest cave in Bulgaria. It's the longest end-to-end open cave in Bulgaria anyway, at like 250 meters in length, and you can go through one end and come out the other. Fun fact about this cave, its nickname is the God's Eye Cave, and I'll show you why now. These two holes in the ceiling of the cave look like eyes, and that's why it's nicknamed the God's Eye. We made it to the other entrance of the cave, and the name Prohodna, the name of the cave, means through fair cave or passage cave in Bulgarian, and it's a nod to the fact that you can go through one side of the cave and come out the other. We've left the cave now and we're just walking down a random wooded path. I have no idea where it goes. I think maybe to a river, and I've given Jack a GoPro, so that's going to be a disaster in one of two ways. The stuff he records is going to be questionable, or he loses it because he loses everything. So it's going to be one or the other.
Dog just had a shit in a cave. Massive shit. It's actually up there. Talking about me recording things, saying it's going to be questionable. Well, I think we'd all agree that if I had the YouTube channel, I'd have about 10 times the subscribers he has, which would be like 10.
The path actually brought us to a second cave, nowhere near as big as the other one, but it's probably about the size of Falls Cave in the UK, and it stops right here. There's actually evidence that humans lived in these caves during the Neolithic period. There's quite a few activities you can do in this cave. You can do some rock climbing on the walls of the cave. We were just watching it then, but we couldn't do it because it's like a group tour thing. And then they do bungee jumping at this entrance of the cave, but there's none here today, but we did read online that you can do it. Proper sweating here. It's 31 degrees today. And it's just so hot. I feel like it's hotter than most of the places we went to in America, except maybe like Nevada and Utah. But it's meant to get up to 35 by Friday. The final thing we're going to be doing today is a national park. The national park is called the Murata National Park, and we're doing a waterfall trail that the guy at the camper van place we stayed at last night recommended, called Krushuna Falls. So hopefully we can get to swim in it and cool down because it has been a sweaty day. So we've got our first waterfall along the trail, which is called, I have no idea how to say that, Bauna or something, no idea. The system of waterfalls itself is called the Krushuna Falls. So there's like 2 or 3 waterfalls I think, and this is the first one. We go around clockwise or anti-clockwise, it's up to you. And this, I believe, is the best of all the waterfalls along the trail. Unfortunately we can't swim in this one. I don't know if we can swim in any of them. I thought if any of them we'd be able to swim in this one, but now I'm doubting it. We've just passed our second waterfall, which looked like you could swim in it because it wasn't cordoned off There was no barrier, but then on the other end of the bridge there was a no swimming sign. So we don't know if that applies to just the bit below the bridge, or if it applies to that bit and then the next part. I have no idea, but there was no one in it, so I assume you can't swim in it. We can literally see where we started over there, and we've been walking for like 10 minutes, which means this entire like waterfalls trail is like 20 minutes maximum. Luckily, I mean, it costs like nothing to get in here. It costs what, like £6 for 2 adults and a van, so it's not that bad. If you just want to come and have a nice little walk and chill, then there's loads of benches and places that you can chill along the way, have a picnic or whatever. Never mind, it isn't as short as I thought it was. We've just found another trail leading to the mysterious waterfall, but we have to climb up this steep hill to get there, and it is still quite warm even though it's like 7 o'clock in the evening. Dog girl, making me miss my dog. There's stray dogs all over the place in Bulgaria, like especially in like the natural parks and stuff like that. Like at the cave before there was 2 stray dogs, and now here at this national park there's another stray dog, and they're so friendly. And when you're driving there, like the motorways and the highways and stuff, and through little towns, you just see them all over the place. We've made it to what I think is the mysterious waterfall behind me. We followed the path the entire way, and we've come here, which is now a dead end, so we have to go back to where we came from. So I assume this is the mysterious waterfall, but there was also something called the Waterfall Cave, and this sort of looks like a waterfall cave, so I have no idea. I'm inside this cave now. This is definitely the cave waterfall, because it can't be anything else other than that. It is literally a little cave, and I got quite wet coming through the little rain shower there. I also nearly slipped, which would have been very bad. But you know, the water here, nice and cooling, because it's proper humid. Coming under into the waterfall, you do get quite wet by like the stream of water, which is quite nice because it's very warm still. So it is nice and cooling, but I have got my drone in my backpack, so I don't want to get too wet because I don't want my drone to get broken. So I'm gonna get out now because I'm still getting wet from like the water dripping from the roof of the cave. We've just passed that sign again, and it definitely said that that is the mysterious waterfall. So we seen one earlier that might have been the cave waterfall. I'll show you it now, but it wasn't really a waterfall. It was just like a little bit of a stream coming out of the cave. So no idea, but we're gonna head back to the car park now and get in the van. After doing a hike, we've been driving for like 2 hours or something like that, and we were headed toward the campsite, but we just got tired of driving, so we pulled over in like some mad country lane. We don't even know if it's legal to like sleep on the side of the road here, but I'm gonna show you where we are. Need to get outside. Right, so you can see me. I don't know what's me like. Obviously you can't see anything in the road, but the van is here. I'm gonna turn this light off and see if you can see the stars. I don't know what the stars come across on the camera like. I didn't really see much, but like in real life they're so good. It's so dark here. Anyway, we're gonna make some food because we've not eaten all day. We've had like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and breakfast, like cereal, and we'll see you in the morning.